But the problem with sleeping less, on average, is that your body's stress hormone goes up, the cortisol, that makes your body essentially hold on to weight. Alrighty, we're back for round number 2 of Circee Health Pod's venture into how to attempt to stay healthy during festive seasons, holidays, etc., etc.
So where did we leave it? We were talking about like
eating more fruits and veggies, which is what we say all the time.
Yeah,
anyway.
but no. I mean, I'm thinking like we were talking about like coming home, or we already we had gone somewhere and we bringing stuff home or not bringing stuff home. When we actually have a party at home, invite more people so that the love is shared, or
the calories
are shared.
Well, we've talked a lot about food. What about drinks?
Yes. What about them?
You want to get that one?
Sure. I mean, the first thing that we always say is don't drink your calories. By that, what we mean is it's best to if especially in this festive season, right? There are such scrumptious dishes available. Why would you want to waste your calories by having a soda or some soft drink or something sweet? Sweets are basically empty calories that go straight in and turn into fat. So instead, why don't we have something more delicious, like some rare dishes that you've not had normally? They come about during festive season. For example, now modak is coming up, right? I mean, for Ganpati. Nobody makes modak on a daily basis.
Yeah, instead of having that Fanta, have 2 modaks.
That's right.
In fact, probably 2 modaks is less calories than a Fanta.
And a Fanta. So stuff like that. So try not to have liquid calories. The mainstay really should be water, and people are always, looking at us and surprising. Oh, you just want only water? Like, yeah, I mean, so we last for hours and hours, and we just have water.
Yeah, remember what I said on part 1 about earning your calories, earning a place in your digestive tract. So
it should be worth it. No Fanta or Coca-Cola should.
Yeah, because you can have that all the time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
But you can't have the special holiday treats. All the time.
Exactly. So yes, that's as far as the drinks are concerned. And drinks reminds me, alcohol. So there is a couple of things that need to be.
Alcohol. What's wrong with alcohol?
Okay. The doctor means it in a very academic.
Of course, red wine.
Yeah.
I guess I can kind of say, if you have small amounts of alcohol, try to have the lower calorie alcohols, which is red wine. Which may have some benefits. The jury is still out on the wine. We know that red grapes do.
Yep.
Red wine, you and I go back and forth on the benefits of that.
Because grape juice can do the same thing.
Right.
Red grape juice.
So red wine, but then look at the blue zones people. Anyway.
They just have wine. They don't have red grape juice. That's why. If you're given them red grape juice, they would probably still
moving on.
They would probably still last the same amount of time.
Moving on. So, or something like a gin and tonic or a vodka soda. I don't know hard liquor very well, but I know that those have less calories than, say, a pina colada or a strawberry daiquiri that is basically sugar and cream and alcohol, which is a bad combination.
So that is one, as far as calories are concerned. But there are a couple of other things, right? Issues with alcohol.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's the calorie part.
Yeah.
And
the other part is what alcohol. Think about what alcohol does. If you've seen, people who are like fallen down drunk, you can see that their inhibitions are gone. So once their inhibitions are gone, they don't really, their frontal or a particular part of the brain is not really functioning properly when you have alcohol. So what ends up happening is their inhibitions for eating more food, for example, is gone. Yes, they will talk loudly. That's great, and sometimes it's fun to listen to, or talk to some people who are a little inebriated. But in addition, if you've inebriated, you yourself are inebriated, your reluctance to eat more food is gone. You might land up eating more.
Get the munchies.
Yeah, that's an extreme case, right? I mean, if you have a lot of alcohol, right? Not just really okay. But then, what about some other issues with alcohol? Like, for example, they allow you to gain weight a little faster, right? I mean, if you have like sugary.
Well, yeah. I mean, this kind of leads into one of our other tips. If you have a lot of alcohol, especially at night, and you're not going to get a good restorative sleep. You will sleep.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing.
However, you're not going to get a good restorative sleep that lets your body heal. You're just basically passed out or drugged.
Yeah.
So that that ties into another rule of thumb to keep in mind during the festive season is make sure you get enough sleep, because forget alcohol. A lot of people, understandably, are up later at parties, preparing for parties, sleeping less. But the problem with sleeping less, on average, is that your body's stress hormone goes up, the cortisol, and that makes your body essentially hold on to weight. So hold on to excess calories because it feels that it's stressed. So you don't want to do that. So sleep is super important. We probably should do a separate podcast or more just on sleep.
We did talk about that. I think it's in our, if I look at my list of topics, sleep is just listed there. So we'll work on that. But in addition, now let's move on past alcohol. What else should we be, what else do we watch out for? And maybe, our listeners can do something similar.
One little trick that I have is if you've made a bunch of goodies at home and you're saving them to take into work or to send to your kid's school or to take to a party later that day or tomorrow, but you've decided, like I often do, to sample it and make sure it tastes okay. Sample it and then go brush your teeth. So I know it sounds silly, but you still get to sample it, maybe a couple bites. But if that taste is gone from your mouth, I think most people after brushing your teeth, you don't want to eat or drink anything for a while. Really? At least I don't. Maybe you do. I don't know. This might be a very particular thing just to me, but try it. Maybe it'll work for you.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess.
I also do this at night to make sure that I don't eat too late. As soon as I'm done with dinner, I go brush my teeth to make sure that my snacking time is over.
Whatever works, I guess, right? So
don't knock it till you try.
No. I mean, I'm not saying it will not work. It's just I find it a little interesting, shall we say? No, I'm sure it's good. I'm sure it's good.
You can't see me, but I'm giving him a dirty look.
There are other things, right? For example, one thought that came to my mind was peer pressure. You can actually use peer pressure to your advantage. So, for example, if you're going in a group and you're going to a party in a group, or going to some festivities, you're going to go eat or something. Before you walk in, maybe you can commit to somebody and say, you know what? Like, for example, I might tell you, I might tell you, you know what? If there are sweets there, I am telling you, if they're my favorite ones, I will not take more than 2.
Yeah.
And the thing is, even if you're not in that area, I will actually not take more than 2. It's not like I'm going to cheat or something.
You've committed to it.
Yeah, I committed to it, not to you really. I vocalized it, and I'm now committing. I kind of subconsciously committed myself to it, and I'm going to stick to it. And I think that it works for me. I suspect it might work for other people.
More than the brushing teeth thing.
Brushing teeth, I don't know.
Speaking of holding people accountable, we haven't talked much about exercise.
Yes.
So just a reminder that if you're overeating during festival season, in most cases, no amount of exercise will undo massive amounts of overeating. However, if you are eating a little more calories than usual, getting more exercise than usual will, for the most part, counteract that. So grab a workout buddy. Or it doesn't have to be a fancy workout. It can be a brisk walk buddy, or a badminton buddy, or a football buddy, or a go to the gym buddy. You get it? Yeah. So say, okay, Joe, tomorrow at 8 a.m. we're meeting at the cricket pitch.
I don't know any Joes.
Okay, anyway. Okay, Rajiv. We're meeting at...
I know 2 Rajivs. Okay, go ahead.
We're meeting tomorrow, and be there or be square. It's much more likely for you to meet a friend or a group of friends than to just set your alarm, because a lot of us would roll over and go back to sleep. And or you can join a group like training session, for example, like a train for a 10K or something. You can join that as well.
Yeah.
So something, again, holding each other accountable.
I think... have we finished? I mean, do you have any other thoughts, closing thoughts? Because this.
Oh, yes, I do. Sorry, as usual. Something that I am guilty of still, even though I tell everyone else not to do it. please don't weigh yourself every morning. Because number one, it's not going to help your mood for the day. But inevitably, if you have something with more salt or more water content,
bingo,
or alcohol, you will temporarily put on a fair amount, maybe even up to 2-3 kilos overnight, believe it or not, of water weight. Yes. So this is not long-term weight, and we've talked throughout this to keep a positive attitude throughout the holiday. Of course, it's a holiday season, you want a positive attitude. So please don't weigh yourself every day. In fact, you may not want to weigh yourself until the end of the holidays because I think, for me and for a lot of people, if you're someone that doesn't need to lose a lot of weight, but you want to just stay healthy, I think a good goal would be to maintain your weight throughout the holiday season.
How would they know if you're telling them not to weigh themselves?
I said weigh at the end. Weigh at the beginning, weigh at the end. Okay. Or at the most once a week.
No, once a week is okay. But
maybe to keep yourself on track once a week.
Yeah, but what are you going to do? Once a week, you weigh yourself and say, okay, fine, next festival or whatever, I go to dinner or something, I'm not going to eat? Or
people are different with...
Okay, fine.
I think women and men are different in this respect.
So, yes, that is true. So that part, I kind of agree with you, as long as you don't go over once a week of weighing.
Yeah,
and that too at the same time, with the similar clothes every single time. So I weigh myself in the morning every single time. So it's every few weeks I weigh myself, but it's always in the morning. And so we were talking about schedules, right? I think the next podcast, we kind of discussed this, right? Next podcast, we're going to talk about an example schedule that people could follow, people could modify, people could take little bits of it and incorporate in their own lives. So, which is what we kind of touched upon, right? In terms of like having a schedule and going for activities or, eating. Okay.
Yeah, I guess, maybe we should just summarize what we said over the last two podcasts. Yeah. So it's the holiday season. Don't completely deprive yourself. Have your favorite foods in small amounts spread over several days. Consider fasting, consider exercising more. Spread the love, whether it's through exercise or through sharing your food with others. Limit sugary drinks and alcohol. Get more sleep. Drink more water. And did we talk about drinking water? We did not talk about drinking water.
No, I think we did.
I think we did.
No? Okay, fine.
Drink more water. So we may have talked about drinking a lot of water before meals or before going out somewhere, but always in general, drink more water. So try to drink at least 3 liters of water a day, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I've actually been doing that the last couple of days, and it is a whole other
it's a lot
commitment in a day is to keep track of your water. So we're serious when we say 3 liters.
Yeah. And one rule of thumb that I have tried to follow is that when you go to the bathroom, your pee should be transparent. It really should be transparent. That should give you a very good idea that, okay, my kidneys are doing a great job, and it's just transparent and it's fine.
Yeah, and of course, we preface all of this by saying check with your doctor before flooding yourself with water.
That's right, of course. All right. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you. Happy holidays.
And Ganpati Bappa.
Moria.
That's beginning of the season, I guess. Almost, right? Yes. Okay, all right. Thank you, folks.
Bye-bye. Bye. We really hope you enjoyed our conversation. Can you think about one thing or an idea that you can start to introduce into your own life that will help make your life healthier and less stressful?
If you enjoyed today's episode, we'd really appreciate it if you can take a few seconds to share the podcast with your friends and family. Thank you so much for listening.
And always remember, your health is literally in your own hands. Making lifestyle changes is not an easy task, but we promise you will be aptly rewarded with a long, healthy, and disease-free life.